Hello, this is Paul from Foresight Tech. In this lecture, we are going to go over the inverse function. And the major one is to find the inverse function, okay? And what the definition of an inverse function. And remember the function if mapping x to y, okay? The mapping function is a mapping, right? Mapping the domain to the range. Where the inverse function just go back, okay? Mapping y back to x. The another mapping is the inverse function. Of course, it's only what? One-to-one function. You can find the inverse function, right? And the basic graph, if you look at the graph, here is the definition. The original function is this, okay? The inverse function should be the graph of the inverse function is symmetrical about the y equals x, right? They are symmetrical about the y equals x. I mean the y equals x is the symmetrical axis. Okay, how to find in algebra way? Okay, here is the steps. So first, if we have a function, or if we have a function is what? Is the equation tell you the relationship between x and y, right? The relationship and between x and y, or the equation of x and y is the original, and we can first solve for x, get x equals to how many y. The second step, the next step, we can exchange, okay, or interchange x and y, and finally replace y by the inverse. This is the notation. Okay, the rule is the step is easy, so you should remember. Probably someone, when you learn you say interchange x and y first. Probably you can go the second step first, and then solve for what? Solve for y, the second step. The third step replace y with this notation. It's the same, no difference. Okay, and we go this, we solve for x. So we follow the way. Okay, we just define. We solve for x directly. So what is y? Fx is y, right? All we need to do, I wrote here the original equation. Like I can write the y equals, okay, so I say y is y because fx, this is y, okay, so I wrote the y equals 1 plus square root of 2 plus 3x. So this is the original equation, or original function, right? This is the original function. See that the relation between x and y. Follow our step is solve for x first. How to solve for x? You need to square, right? But move 1 first. Minus 1 both sides. So we can get a y minus 1 equals this 2 plus 3x. And then we square, right? And then we can square both sides. Okay, we square. Okay. You can square both sides to simplify the radical. We don't like the radical. Okay. Square of square root is just cancel the square root. Okay. So this square is y minus 1 put square. So equals this square is 2 plus 3x. Okay. So now all you need to do is what? Solve for x, easy. That's a linear equation for x. So minus 2 both sides divided by 3, right? So all we need to do now is solve for x. See, that's what we say the first step. We solve for x. After we solve, we should get x equal this. Can you see? X should be equal to how many? I get it bigger. So x should be equal to this is a bigger one. Okay, minus 2 divided by 3. So 3 is the bottom. And the top is y minus 1 square minus 2, right? See, minus 2 then divided by 3. Okay, so did the first step. So we say did the first. Do you remember this? So this is the first step we already reached. We already solved for x. The second step, interchange x and y, right? Do you remember this? Interchange x and y. So we say this the second step. Okay, of course this is easy to do. Interchange, so x goes to y, y goes to x, which means x minus 1 square minus 2, and then divided by 3, right? See, we already interchange x and y. The last step, this is already the inverse function, okay, but we need to do what? We said replace y. Remember this. Replace y with this notation. Okay, this is just the notation for the inverse. So this we call the third step. This is a function already. So now we say the inverse function is this, which is y, right? Root is x minus 1 square minus 2 over 3. Have we see what do we get? A function which is the inverse function of the original. That's all. Thank you.